What's up, team?
What's up? We are nearing our 1 year anniversary since we moved into our apartment and started living together. Therefore, we want to provide some personal tips that helped us along with our experience of moving out of our parents' house and moving into our apartment.
At some point, when you're living with your parents, you begin to feel like, okay, I prefer to do this, or I'd rather eat this, or I think we should go about doing it this way. So it's like, hey, you know, it's all time for me to move out and start experimenting and doing things on my own, which is what we did. We created a home together.
Left the nest.
It's been very rewarding living on your own and being able to provide for yourself.
Number one is money.
The moment we decided, hey, we wanted to move out, we immediately started to save. I think we started saving in like August, and then we moved out like the beginning of January. So from that moment, I stopped buying like my purses and all the other stuff that I like to buy. Immediately started saving money. And what's my point? I'm about to ramble. Okay, hold on, let me think.
If you're trying to move out of your parents' house, of course you have to save money. We saved up a minimum of 3 months of rent in addition to extra money, you know, just for discretionary purchases as well. It's important to have money with you when you move out because you don't want to just move out with no type of foundation, otherwise it's gonna crumble, you know, right below you.
Yeah. Like he said, just coming up with extra money, for instance, pet rent, application fees, utility bills, cable, internet, just so setting money aside for stuff like that too, because yeah, you'll pay rent, but then you get into your house and it's like there's nothing left to do.
The second thing to consider would be purchases.
You're gonna need like dishes and like little small stuff, so take care of stuff like that. We went ahead and got like our bed frame, like I said, dishes, towels, and like cleaning stuff too, so don't forget stuff like that. You can actually start purchasing that stuff like maybe a month before. Shop around for furniture in advance and compare prices, because you may find out like, hey, you know, this has a better deal, so I'll go ahead and go with this person instead.
You never know that you're gonna need toilet paper when you first move in until you sit on the toilet and you're doing a number 2 and you ain't got toilet paper. So make sure you get make sure you get your necessities before you move in on day 1. Alright? What is so funny? That is for real.
That didn't happen to us, because I was on point with that stuff.
She was.
I had all the little stuff.
She was. I'm just saying, you don't want to be caught on the toilet when you first move in and you get toilet paper. You're using your clothes to wipe your butt.
Okay, anyway, next.
The third and final tip is to research your apartments. Everyone has their own deal breakers when they're moving out, whether it's a nice location, a nice amount of rent where it's not too expensive, whatever. Make sure that you write down your own personal deal breakers whenever you're trying to move out of your parents' house. For us personally, we want to make sure that we live in a safe location. Even if the rent is a little bit on the higher end, we sacrifice, you know, other things in order to make sure that we have a place that we come home to. We don't have to worry about anybody, you know, breaking into our apartment, breaking into my car, you know, etc.
One thing that my mom told me was, you know, a way to find out, you know, to get a feel for the neighborhood that you're about to move into is to go and like drive around at different times of the day to see like what type of people hang around, see if the scenery changes in terms of, is it loud at night, or do you notice a lot of cops, like different stuff like that. So that's one thing that we did. And also we looked at different websites and read the reviews, because I mean, yeah, you have negative people, but it also had like good reviews too. So we just got a sense of, okay, you know, we can get over this. So this is an apartment that's worth looking into for us. Also be aware of what your apartment already offers, because for us, we got into this journey. It's like, okay, we like, okay, so is the washing machine and dryer coming? And then we called them and they were saying how we would have to rent it. So like we didn't think about that, and we didn't get a washing and dryer like maybe a week or 2 after us living in it, living in our home. So look to see what amenities they already have too.
So what is one thing that we have learned about each other since we started living together? I'll let you go first.
One thing that I have learned about my husband, I realized that for the rest of my life, unfortunately, that I have to wake up to ESPN. I'm used to playing the news and stuff, but now I just get up and I don't.
I play the news too, though.
Okay, ESPN all day, every day. Every day. That's one thing that I learned. Like, I knew that he loved ESPN, but I didn't know it was to like that extreme. So, unfortunately, until we have kids, ESPN will be on the TV all the time.
And even when we have kids, it's gonna be ESPN.
No, it's not.
One thing that I have discovered is that Kiera will try to control my chaos. And what I mean by that is that I tend to put things in places where I know that they will be, but those places are probably out of the ordinary. And this one right here, she'll move it to the correct spot, but it's not my correct spot. I might want to put my underwear under the sink or something, but she'll put it like in a drawer or whatever. So she tries to control my chaos, but I end up putting it back to where it should be, even though it should be the place where she puts it. So it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing about that. So what are some things you learned after you moved out of your parents' house?
And tell us about some of the things that you've learned about your significant other, or just how y'all went about living together.
Please be sure to like the video, comment your answers below, and also if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and join the team. We'll see y'all later. All right,
Holla.
peace.